Already we have learned about refraction. Today we will discuss about refraction through prism. Now imagine this is a PQR is a prism, a ray of light incident along this, and it suffers a refraction at X, and it passes through the prism through X, Y, and after suffering refraction at second surface, that is at Y, it comes out of prism through this line. Hence, this line, this incident ray, this is incident ray, and this is emergent ray. Now let us check what is the relation between this I, angle of incident, E, through which the ray emerges out from the prism, and in the absence of prism, light would pass along X, Z, but due to presence of prism, it bent and it moved through ZY. Hence, there is a deviation. This is the deviation suffered by the ray. Now, let us calculate what is the relation among them. And I is the angle of incident at X. R1 is the angle of refraction at first surface, that is at X. R2 is the angle of incident at Y. I could have written I or I2, but I have written R2 for a specific purpose. And when it comes out of prism, this is the second angle of refraction, that is E, angle of emergence. This D is the angle of deviation, and A is angle of prism. This A is angle of prism. Now, as this is a normal at X, Xn is the normal to the first surface, Yn is the normal to the surface PR. Let us find out the relations of between different angles. Now, in quadrilateral, in PXNY, PXNY, it is a quadrilateral. Sum of four angles equal to 360 degree. That is A plus angle PXN plus angle XNY plus angle PYN is equal to 360 degree. But we know angle PXN and angle PYN, right angle, and sum of these two, this is 90 degree. This is also 90 degree. That is why other two, these two combined together is 180 degree. Hence, other two A and X and Y should be 180 degree. Clear? Hence, I can write A plus angle X and Y is equal to 180 degree. This is equation number 1. Let us go for a shortcut method. Similarly, in triangle, X and Y, in triangle X and Y, R1 plus R2 plus angle X and Y is equal to 180 degree. Sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now this is equation 2. Now equation 1 says A plus X and Y equal to 180 degree. Equation 2 says R1 plus R2 plus X and Y equal to 120 degree. Therefore, from equation 1 and 2, we can write A is equal to R1 plus R2, or A is equal to R1 plus R2. Now this is equation number 3. This is one of the required relation. Similarly, just you check, this is I, this portion is I, and obviously this portion will be I, vertically opposite. But out of that, this is R1, hence this portion will be I minus R1. Similarly, this portion, again, if I will represent in red, this is E, Hence, this portion will be E minus R2. Hence, I can write angle ZXY. Angle ZXY. This is angle ZXY, I minus R1. Angle ZYX is E minus R2. But this is angle of deviation. Therefore, I can write I minus R1 plus E minus R2 is equal to D. That means in triangle XYZ, I can write I minus R1 plus E minus R2 is equal to D. Or I can write I plus E minus R1 plus R2 is equal to D. Now this is equation number 4. But R1 plus R2 equal to A. Hence, if I will use equation 3 in equation 4, I can write I plus E minus A is equal to D. Or I plus E is equal to A plus B. Now this is equation number 5. I think all are clear up to this. Next, again, as the angle of incident will increase, angle of emergent will increase. After certain angle, the angle of emergent will also decrease, or the deviation will decrease. Hence, when the deviation is minimum, at minimum deviation, at minimum deviation, that means when this d will be small, when d will be small, then I can write that is d is equal to dm at minimum deviation, d equal to dm. Remember, I is equal to E and R1 equal to R2. Suppose that is equal to R. Say, this is the condition. When deviation will be minimum, this will satisfy. Now, when this I equal to E, then I can write equation 5 when I equal to E. Now, equation 5 can be written as I equal to E. Hence, I can write I plus I is equal to A plus D equal to dm. Because D equal to dm, I equal to E. Therefore, 2I is equal to A plus dm. This is not a dm, this is a D subscript m. dm, minimum deviation. Or this implies I equal to A plus dm divided by 2. Now, this is one important relation. Now, this condition satisfies, or this happens when the deviation is minimum. Similarly, R1 equal to R2 equal to R. Hence, from equation 3, what will happen? R1 equal to R2, that is equal to R. Hence, R plus R equal to A, or that implies R is equal to A by 2. Okay. Now, if I will apply Snell's law at X for this condition, now, if you think of Snell's law, now Snell's law at X, Snell's law at X for minimum deviation. We are calculating at minimum deviation. For minimum deviation position. For minimum deviation. Deviation. Minimum deviation. What will the relation? Now Snell's law at x, sine I by sine r. Refraction at x. Therefore, sine I by sine r1. That means sine r. Refraction at first surface. For minimum deviation, r1 equal to r. Sine I by sine r is equal to mu. Or I can write mu is equal to sine. What is the value of sine I? I equal to a plus dn by 2. A plus dn by 2 by r equal to a by 2 sine r sine a by 2. Sine a by 2. Sine a by 2. Now this is popularly known as Prism formula. Okay, this is Prism formula. This is one of the important derivation that you have to write. If it is asked what is Prism formula, derive for Prism formula, you can ask this one. You can write up to this one.